Yo, what's going on, guys? Associate here, and as you know from the title of the video and the little thumbnail thing that I'm hopefully gonna make pretty decent here in a minute, uh, this is my thoughts on the Patch 1 notes that they've been out since November 4th. I'm recording this on November 7th. Okay, I've got them down there in the lower left side of the screen. They'll stay there so that way you guys can see them, follow along with me, and I'm just gonna give my feedback, think how I feel that they did, not feel, give you guys what I think they need to do to increase what they have done so far. Okay, so let's just go through it. Nuketown in, that's awesome. Okay, everybody loves Nuketown. I'm gonna be honest, Nuketown is kind of ass. I'm not gonna lie. Now, as someone that played Nuketown when it first came out and got to experience it back in the OG days, yes, I'm an older guy. I remember playing that. It doesn't have the same feeling. Like, it's fun because it's Nuketown and there's like the nostalgia hit, but like Nuketown, it's not playing the same way that it used to, and it very easily could be the way that the player base is nowadays, where everybody is running and gunning the whole time, and you're now being pressed, especially from people of aspiring content creators like myself, who want to get the next best clip, right? Because if they get that next best clip, words are hard. They'll blow up on social media. They'll make a name for themselves and all that good jazz, right? And I can't knock them for that. Can't knock them for that. You know, that's a very viable strategy. But like the way that Nuketown is playing right now doesn't feel the same, and it's going to go along with one of the patch notes they have there in the middle of the screen where it says the spawn system, general spawn logic tuning across several maps for improved spawning. And they said it's going to be an ongoing thing, you know, they want to give you the safest spawn possible. And, excuse me, I don't feel that's the case. Like, I honestly feel like that's a lie, and they're putting that in there to possibly get you to believe the lie that they're giving. You know, and this is my opinion, okay? I've heard nothing from Treyarch, nothing from Activision, nothing like that, okay? My little 90-something subscriber ass channel, who cares, right? I've heard nothing, no one talks to me. But here's the thing. Why make that a point to put out in the patch notes? It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, why point that out? Because we would assume, you know, that spawning in a safe spot would be the general norm to what they have going on. So honestly, it doesn't make any sense for them to put that out there unless they're trying to lead us into the direction of, hey, we're trying to do this to protect you all. Excuse me, coming over an illness over here. I don't think that's the case. If you guys watch me over on Twitch or any of my other videos and you hear me like in the moment, I've talked about how the game just feels that they want constant engagement. That I'm pretty sure I brought this up in my week 1 review. That it feels like the spawn system in the game is meant to get you inside an engagement faster than every 10 seconds. Okay, me personally, I feel like a Call of Duty game, you know, where the average time to get into a gunfight is 15 to 20 seconds. I feel like that would be a good balance. Give, you know, a lot of the times where I'm playing the game, and because of everyone just running around and like that all the time, the spawn system isn't there. Like, there are people that are spawning that have to immediately get engaged with what they have going on. This Archangle kill streak that I have in the video right there, absolutely best thing Call of Duty's had in a very long time. I love this thing. I have it on all the time. I love it. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Okay, but they said they've addressed that. And one thing they did address with the respawn system, with the spawning system, excuse me, is when you're loading into the game. Right? Where did they put that on there? It's somewhere in the little patch notes right there, where they did address, hey, you join a game, you're going to sit there for 10 seconds. I have died twice in that time. Like, I've died, had the automatic time frame of, like, the spawn, like, window where you can watch the kill cam, and then died again before I had a chance to spawn in. So they did fix that, and they have done that. Okay. But the big meat, the meat of what I want to talk about is down in the weapon system, okay? They talked about changing the ARs and changing these submachine guns, okay? Down there at the very bottom, it says weapons. And in the last paragraph there, you know, they're like, well, the first paragraph of the weapons, they say, hey, we're making an early adjustment based on player feedback and what we've seen. And then the second paragraph, they say, we're changing assault rifles and submachine guns. And the assault rifles, they are, it looks, the way that it's worded is a little bit different. We are pulling in minimum damage ranges. I'm not exactly 100% sure what that means. I'm guessing the damage range is like not as far, or they won't do as much damage out far, because I think people were complaining about the ARs having such long distance like damage. I'm guessing, sorry, I got something in my throat. And then they lessen the impact of headshots at close range, which, I'm sorry, I know a lot of people are already complaining about headshots in the game being too difficult, let alone the ARs, but I guess it was a balancing thing. I haven't noticed it. I've only played ARs because that's what I'm going through my camo grind. However, you know, I'm not the biggest sweat in the world, as you can see from the gameplay in the background. And then it says the SMGs are receiving a damage range increase. So they're going to be able to shoot people better at a longer range in their mid-range effectiveness. Specifically the mid-range effectiveness. Okay? And I'm perfectly fine with an SMG winning like up close and all that, and maybe like... But honestly, mid-range... I think mid-range should belong to the ARs as far as weapon damage and all that. So not a whole lot of different patches. Not a whole lot to the patch, but some things that, you know, they did jump on early where we've seen it before, like they come out with the season 1. My overall thoughts of how they've done with the patch notes and what they've done and how they've played out, I'm going to be honest, I'm not really seeing a whole lot of a difference, because the range on the ARs, in my opinion, doesn't really matter to the maps. The maps are very small, okay? They are just very small maps, and any AR of any class should be able to clap some cheeks at any range, right? And honestly, the maps, a lot of the maps I feel are too small. They're too short ranged for any snipers, or if you go for a long build on the AR. And it's my thing. I really don't understand the AR build, but that's just me specifically. I'm an AR main, so maybe my bias is coming through that, like, I like ARs and that kind of stuff. But I don't know. Headshot effectiveness, the damage up close, I guess I'm just getting better with accuracy, because I feel like I'm getting more headshots now with my ARs. I feel like I'm going through the camos a little bit faster after they came out with the patch. You know, I tried to pay attention to how the game played out from there, but I don't know. I haven't really tried out the submachine guns. I did play a few games with submachine guns because they did say, as obviously we can see in the corner there, that they did make an update to the SMGs. But honestly, I haven't really noticed. The people that are noticing, I don't think what they've done is enough to get people to notice initially. You know, it wasn't this big blinding like, oh hey, this is a very different deal. But I mean, I guess some people noticed. But they said they're gonna keep like watching and changing everything. I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. You know, not a whole lot to say with what's going on, even though I rambled on for good God 9 minutes now. Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry. There's probably no one listening to this. Anyway, I do want to say thank you to all that looked at my week 1 review. You guys, absolutely awesome. Love the feedback. Would love more feedback on this one, you know, talking about it. Thanks for like the surge and like everything. You know, subscribe down below. Comment, subscribe, comment down below, damn, and check me out over on Twitch. I live stream over there. But yeah, peace.